Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to yet another edition of our podcast. We have a lot to talk to you this evening, and welcome to our bar. We're so glad that you are joining us here for episode 60.
Before we get into drinking...
Shut it.
I am C. Carter. Joined beside me is Brandon, Jacob, our regular Cody. And normally we'd be happy for you to join us, but we have to start off with what happened last night.
As much as we would love to kick off the year, as much as we would love to kick off the year 2023 for the sports podcast, we're gonna take a little detour because we have to get serious because of what happened last night. During the Bengals and Bills Monday Night Football game, a player by the name of Damar Hamlin unfortunately had an accident in the field of play. After a tackle, he laid motionless for what felt like an eternity, and they had to rush him to the nearest hospital in Cincinnati and to get him treated. Apparently, from what we've heard, from the hit he took, he actually had a cardiac arrest, and it caused a big scare within the NFL community, so much so that NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell made the official decision of postponing the Monday Night Football game to a date to be determined. We have been getting some updates on Hamlin. Good news is he is recovering well. He is still in critical condition, but he is slowly recuperating and stabilizing at Cincinnati Hospital. And safe to say that the power of sports came into play once again because everybody in this big, beautiful blue marble has sent nothing but love and support for Hamlin to pull through this. So much so that everybody has been donating to his charity. And from what we learned, it is up to past $4 million in donations from everybody.
Before we go any further, I want to welcome Hit Kid and Jose.
That's before you guys all start.
Can I comment on this Hamlin situation?
Go.
Yes.
Holy crap! Richard, hey.
This is very squarely close to what happened in the Euros back in 2020.
Yeah.
2021.
I think it was in Hit Kid.
You know what happened to Christian Eriksen when he fainted on the pitch.
Yeah.
And he had a cardiac arrest on the pitch. Okay.
And
he made a full recovery right now, and he's playing, great football. Or to you guys known as soccer. I'm hoping for the same here, with Hamlin.
Hold on, fellas. Hold on, fellas. I got another call to bring in. Go ahead, bring in. I do believe me. Go ahead, bring in our good buddy.
Welcome back to the bar 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, welcome.
What am I?
We have been talking about Damar Hamlin, and it's safe to say this has been one of the scariest situations in NFL history. We haven't seen a situation like this since, funny enough, 1972, when wide receiver Chuck Hughes literally died from a heart attack during a field of play in a game.
Okay, Jacob, that is wrong as hell. The last time that this has ever happened was Jerry the King Lawler in 20.
No, that's professional.
No,
wrestling.
it's not about football only. It's not about football, Cody. It's not about football.
Yeah, but that situation was
condition-wise, honestly.
Yeah.
It is other than condition-wise, but that's a different story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to put that out there.
Tell you what, classy organization, the Bengals, by the way.
Yeah, not only the Bengals, but everybody in the entire NFL.
Yeah, both the fans.
Wait, hold on. One at a time because we're overlapping against each other. Go ahead, Jacob.
Well, that's the reason why you have so much.
Yeah, I was agreeing with Hick. It's not only just the Cincinnati Bengals organization, but it's the entire football from across the world. Not only showing support for Damar Hamlin to get better, but to also make strong donations through his charity organization to and it's something else, honestly. And it just shows that the power of sports can sometimes divide us, but it can also bring us together in times of need, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things, I'm about to go on the rant here, but one of the things which I saw, I didn't see what happened. I had to go to bed early because I had to go to Oxford this morning. Hold on.
I gotta go.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't see what happened, but when I woke up, I saw, I saw ESPN, and ESPN was talking about what happened. The score was 7-3 in the first quarter. Cincinnati had the lead, and the game was suspended. Now, like I said, and I was trying to figure out what happened. And
so was I.
I think that honestly, Roger Goodell, like you said, Jacob, he did the right thing here. There's no way you're gonna tell me you go tell the other players, hey, when your teammate just passed out on the football field, go out there, go out there, play some more.
That was officially been denied by the NFL's Roger Goodell. Like he didn't tell the players go back and play in the game. There wasn't no 5-minute warm up.
Yeah, and I think also this what irks me because you got so many folks on Twitter saying,
what the hell?
Someone must be listening to us on the road, but I think that especially on Twitter, they're going around saying, "Let them play. They should play that kind of stuff. They should play." Let me tell you something. Let me explain something easy. Now, these are human beings. Are human beings. Have some empathy, for God's sake.
I agree, Carter. I don't care if you wanted to. I don't care what you think about saying, "Oh, they should keep playing. It's a football game."
Only the one person
people are literally hanging on a thread of life. You dickbag, dumbass motherfuckers.
The only person that we're saying this to is Skip Bayless. Fuck you.
I think that here's the thing, and as soon as I get through with this, I get off my soapbox. But the thing of it is, and the frustrating thing is that, like I said, it's not just Skip Bayless. It's just a whole lot of people were saying, you even got conspiracy theories saying, see, that's what happened when he took that vaccine. And I said to myself, did you not see the game? Did you not see the hit?
Did you really want to
hold on, Cody. Hold your horses. And I said to myself, did you not see the game? Did you not see the hit? How in Sam's Hill you going to turn what we just witnessed on the football field, tragedy? I didn't know you're going to turn it around and try to push your agenda down people's throats.
It's bullshit, honestly.
Folks, if you've never seen
Over
the Limit 19... Over the limit 99?
Well, Jose wants to get in there.
Let's not talk about that dark night time in professional wrestling. Let's get back to the world of football.
Jose, get in there. Jose, get in there.
I don't think it's BS. I just think it's just snap judgment, and that's what makes people think wrong, basically, It's basically basic psychology. If you put two pieces together, it's not going to go very well. It would make sense in your head, but it won't make sense for anyone else's head.
That's the thing.
Unless you have the evidence to back it up.
When you go off snap judgment, sometimes you're right on the money, or sometimes you not only miss the mark, you're going out to a different time zone.
Absolutely.
May I go?
Exactly.
Go ahead,
Let it go.
Go ahead, kid.
So, because I want to get into, the football that was played, because this is tragic, and I fully understand, why this is the number one story. We're all playing for Hamlin. We're all hoping he gets through. Okay. Everyone can agree on that. What the NFL did was the right call. I will not be surprised. I know that this week's supposed to be the last week, of the NFL playoffs.
This should be the start of the final week of the season. And
I know the Bills may not like it. I don't think the Bengals will like it if they lose to the Ravens. But I think this game will be called a tie.
Honestly, I feel like that's the best decision, honestly. And sure, there's going to be some sour fans, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's the right decision. But let
me expand on this, okay?
Go.
None of those players were like I harken back, to when Christian Eriksen went down, at the Euros for Denmark. It took those players like an hour and a half, to get. They did. Did they resume that game? I don't think they did.
I don't
They
think
didn't
so.
resume that game when he went down.
Correctly, they didn't. They postponed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they and I believe they called it, a draw each. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what the NFL should do, in my opinion, because those players were seeing that it was the way they hit. Like, he made the tackle on T. Higgins. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he got up, though, just to see him, like, the eyes roll back in his head, and also very scary NFL, because think about it. When you fall back, you're not falling back where your head's going to hit the turf. It hits the helmet, it hits the turf. Causes that shockwave and all that, to the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Basically,
also, his representative had a field day.
Go, Jose Miguel.
Go, Jose.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Cody, but what Hickett said is actually true. I want to go to basic anatomy real quick. When you get hit in the head, your brain shakes a little bit because there's basically very minimal space between your skull.
Liquid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Go
basically,
ahead.
it's basically.
Continue, Jose.
It's like on springs, basically. It's basically like a bobblehead, basically. If you think about how that works, that's your brain.
Yeah.
But not too much movement. That's the thing.
But I think here's the thing, and also his family. They did thank everyone for their concern, their thoughts and prayers. Basically, he did regain conscious on the football field. They just had to take him to the hospital for safety precautions. And obviously, they had to stop it right then and there. You can't ask the football team to go back out there and continue to play. Not after what you just witnessed. You can't do that. And I don't care what these people on Twitter they're saying. They should keep playing. They should keep playing. I don't care what they say. This is a human being. These are not robots. You got to think about the player's well-being, not just physically, but mentally, because there was a whole lot of, there was a whole lot of red eyes on that football field. Everyone was crying about what was going on last night.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was a very smart decision. This was a very smart decision by Roger Goodell. And if they say, okay, you know what, let the game be in the time, fine, so be it. And anyone who complains about it, hold on. And anyone who's going to complain about it, you know what you can do yourself with the cactus. One more thing. Also, we got to talk about the football/soccer world suffered a major loss. Pele.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the football world lost arguably one of the greatest players to ever grace the pitch in Pele. Unfortunately, he lost the battle to cancer, and now he is playing up on the golden pitch with Maradona.
May I take this? Because I'm the football guy.
This is your avenue, my man.
I'm the Euro guy here, okay?
Yeah, all yours.
Even though Pele was, Brazilian. Pele will go down as probably one of the greatest footballers, if not the greatest footballer ever to play the game. That is true. Okay? Now, note, for me, he was before anyone in this call's era. Okay?
Yeah.
Playing the game. That's the truth. But what this man did was he was a legend, okay? He was a legend. It's like right now we compare, Messi's and Cristiano Ronaldo's.
Yeah.
Like we say Messi's the greatest ever. Like before it was Maradona, I think after this World Cup you'd say Messi is the greatest Argentine. Like there's that Mount Rushmore. Pele will always be on your Mount Rushmore of football.
Definitely.
Absolute legend.
Sorry about that, Hickett. And if he's not on your Mount Rushmore of football and soccer, you're ashamed.
Yeah, I think everyone's gonna have a different opinion, but I think in an overall context, he's on the Mount Rushmore. What I want to say is this.
Let me jump in here, kid. Let me jump in here, kid, because I saw this documentary. They was talking about the NASL and how Pele played for the New York Cosmos during the 70s. That guy can kick a ball. There's a reason how come there's a wrestling move called the Pele kick. And by the way, rest in peace, Don West, but we'll go a little bit further down the road. But I think the thing of it is, Pele was probably one of the best, if not the greatest football, soccer player ever. No question. I would not have an argument. This guy was the youngest player. He played on Brazil, on the Brazil World Cup team so far the only World Cup team to repeat as World Cup champions.
He was there helping Brazil earn its dominance as the best country to be a part of the World Cup. If I remember correctly, they've won over 4 World Cups in their history. Maybe more if I'm miscalculating, but yeah.
Let me say this: 2023 is already starting to kick us in the balls.
Yeah, but also and one more, but we'll get to that somewhere down the road. But let's get out of this let's get out of this dark stuff, and let's actually now do what we made this bar to be. Let's talk about the world of sports as it's been going on as we started off the year 2023. Let's actually go down to the ice rink and talk about what's been going on in the NHL because we just
we're not gonna talk about college football in the moment where all the football players slept in a bed with a cheese mascot.
Near the end of the show, Cody. Near the end of the show,
right? Later on, right now we're going to start off with the NHL because, as I stated, we are just hit the halfway mark of the 2022-2023 season, which means we're about to get to the All-Star break, and safe to say the play on the ice is getting hot and heavy.
Well, I tell you guys one thing.
How heavy are we talking?
Hold on, I tell you guys one thing because we're seeing a team on a hot streak, and I mean a really hot streak. The Carolina Hurricanes.
Safe to say, Hurricanes man is losing his mind because not only are the teams are winning, they are getting more people to come to their games, and that's saying something because if you take a look at the Metro Division, it is so tight. If you try to put anything else in there, it will burst.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Jacob, going on right now, even as we speak, the Carolina Hurricanes and the Rangers are doing battle at MSG, and Carolina has a 2-1 lead after one period.
Yes, and here's the thing: with how close the Metro is, the Rangers need this win to stay in the hunt because they are just 10 points behind Carolina in fourth place of the Metro Division.
And like I said, Carolina they have won 11 straight. They have won 11 straight hockey games so far. I don't know what Coach Brindamore is doing, but apparently what he is doing, I mean, it's more than just
realistic because. And here's the thing, though. The crazy thing is about the Metro is how tight they are between 1 through 4. I mean, you got the New Jersey Devils who are just 7 points right behind them. That's 2.5 games right behind Carolina. With the Capitals just 2 points right behind New Jersey.
Okay.
You know something? The funny part about it, Jacob,
New Jersey.
The funny part about it, Jacob, was that like sometime last year we were saying how long of a winning streak the New Jersey Devils were on, and now it's as if Carolina is telling New Jersey, "Hold our beer."
Yeah, definitely, and it shows honestly that the Metro is stepping up to be a division you want to keep to clamp an eyeball on. But that doesn't mean all the other divisions are not playing second fiddle because the other divisions throughout the NHL has been showing they want to play too.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jacob, because Boston still has the best record in the league so far. They have got a
10-point cushion over the Maple Leafs of Toronto in the Atlantic Division, still riding high at 29-4, heading close to the halfway mark.
I tell you what, they played a great game Monday in the Winter Classic, and
at legendary Fenway Park. It was a great game to say.
Funny oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Brandon. Get in there.
I was gonna say, it's funny you mentioned about the Winter Classic because it's now confirmed that next season the Seattle Kraken is going to host the Winter Classic against the Vegas Golden Knights.
I only have one complaint about that Winter Classic. They're going to do it at T-Mobile Park, which I think is a great idea. The only thing I have a complaint is the teams. I kind of wish it was Vancouver because it would have added just a little bit more fire for Seattle because, you know, the whole MLS rivalry they have with Vancouver and the Cascadia series, you know?
Oh yeah. That'd be a great rivalry.
But that
if they would have put the Canucks with the Kraken and you build it up just like how they did in the Cascadia series.
Kraken's a dangerous team.
With because that would not only bring more revenue to Seattle, but more fan bases, more fans for Seattle and Vancouver. It would give them a chance to make it into a full-blown rivalry. You know.
Oh yeah.
But
as we're talking about teams.
Go ahead, Jose.
There's a good segue there. Go ahead. Well, before we jump to Seattle, I want to jump down the shortcut to the Sunshine State, full of crocodiles, Bud Lights, and of course the legendary Florida man. I want to talk about the Panthers for a second.
Go ahead.
Go.
Do you think that their deal with Calgary is paying off, or do you think that they may need a little bit more help?
Well, considering the fact that they are 15 points behind Boston in the Atlantic Division, holding on to third place. They do need to catch up some holes very fast before we hit the All-Star break if they want to have a chance to get back to the Stanley Cup final and try to go for their third cup. Well, actually, fourth.
That's true.
I think if you look at Florida, the Panthers in particular, they're not having a good start so far this season. Fact of man, you look at the Atlantic, they're lucky that Montreal is in that division.
Or otherwise they'd be at the bottom of the barrel of the Atlantic Division. It's basically the tail.
They got a punching bag.
It's basically the tail.
At least they got a punching bag
in the Atlantic Division. It's the sort of best of times with Tampa Bay and the worst of times over in Sunrise.
Yeah, I was about to say, you talk about punching bag. Look at Chicago. The Blackhawks are just, oh my gosh.
Well, unfortunately, they are paying the price of their scandal from 2010. They're paying the price for it royally.
Yeah, and it's hefty. This is right now they've lost 4 in a row, so.
Everyone, man, like with hockey, everything's so tight right now. It's gonna be a good finale. Like I always usually follow the hockey around, all season time, around playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's gonna be there's actually gonna be a legit fight to see who gets in the playoffs this year.
Almost definitely. It's because we take a look at the Central Division. So far, like you said, it is a tight race between the top 4, including the reigning Colorado Avalanche, because the Stars may have the lead with points, but the Jets, Wild, and Avs, and the Blues and the Preds all are coming in within earshot of the Dallas Stars.
Cool boy. Good God.
Yeah, that's close. So right now, Arizona and Chicago are just there.
On the outside looking in, basically. And meanwhile, in the Pacific, it is the Golden Knights who are trying to show flashes of their insane run they had in their inaugural season, are leading the Pacific Division by 6 points ahead of the LA Kings with the Flames and the Kraken, and the Oilers are catching up.
Here's the crazy thing with the Kings. You look at them and think they're not supposed to be in the playoffs because they're, in a sense, rebuilding themselves. But yet you forget who is the head coach of the Kings.
Well, can I quickly butt in on that and say that shows like the Kings, in a sense, remind me of the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah.
If you get if you're talking about the coach like that, right? We always talk about how many times have we talked about Pop with absolute praise and admiration?
Yeah, Greg Popovich, one of the most what's the word I'm looking for? Prolific coaches in NBA history. He's a man who has coined the phrase "consistency will make you champions." Honestly,
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Sometimes you don't have to be the strongest team, even in a rebuilding year. If you have a great coach, which I think we'll get into later on, when we talk NFL, because you're damn right I'm gonna push something here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to address
We know it's coming. Go ahead, kid. We know it's
when
coming.
when you have a great coach, behind your team in a rebuilding year, you can still make some noise, which I will bring up later on.
You're not wrong there, but
I'm gonna be a smug bastard in a little bit.
You're not wrong there. But yeah, safe to say the NHL season is starting to kick up, and it's safe to say once we get to Act 2 after the All-Star break,
oh boy,
everybody is going to be coming in guns blazing. And speaking of guns blazing, we're going to stay inside. We're going to go to the courts because, good God, what's going on in the NBA?
I have a
Did you
lot to
see?
say.
Hold on, I got a question. Did you guys see how Donovan Mitchell played last night when the Bulls and the Cavaliers did battle?
Don't remind me.
71 points. Holy shit!
You know what? We were always going to get outbid for him by the Cavs. The Cavs, in my opinion, are a legit threat to win the title this year.
And that says a lot. And it says a lot of itself.
They're not my pick, though. They're not my pick. I'm sticking with my pick this year.
Fair enough. And we got not one, not two, but three big games coming up in just under 5 minutes to tip off. We got the Wizards heading up to Milwaukee to take on Giannis, the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks. We got
is he gonna play tonight?
The Celtics are going to be going across the bay to the Midwest to take on the Thunder. That's not going to be fun. And then at 8:00 over in Utah country, we're going to have the Sacramento Kings play up against the Utah. That's all coming up. That's coming up a little bit. Let's take a look at the standings so far. Here's the.
I've got the standings. Can I quickly go? Because I've got the standings up right now.
Hey, kid.
Okay, so I've got the standings up. A couple of stories this season in the NBA. Couple, all right. There's a few. One, we know that in Houston it's all not going right. I mean, who is it looking for a trade? One of those star players is looking for a trade.
Mhm. Yeah, they are dead last in the Southwest Division.
Yeah, they're in the what? One of the players is looking for a trade though.
Yeah, one of the big players is looking for an out. If I go to the Eastern Conference here, it is basically almost becoming a revolving door in the Atlantic Division because you got Brooklyn, Philly, and your New York Knicks, kid, all trying to give Boston a run for their money in the Atlantic Division.
Well, I think the Celtics will run away with it. I think it'll be
Boston reference money.
Guys, I think Brooklyn and Boston will run away with it. I'm really happy with the Knicks. Like, yes, they had that recent streak, where they lost a couple of games, but they're playing hard all the time this season. Jalen Brunson has been a masterpiece. Like, we doubted that signing in the off season. It wasn't the prettiest signing, but he's an all-star right now. I don't know what anyone thinks about
definitely. And if you look at the Central Division, this is where people want to clamp an eyeball on because outside of the Pistons, it is Milwaukee, Cleveland, the Pacers, and the Bulls are having themselves a dogfight.
Well, hold on, Jacob, because
Pacers though.
Wait, time out.
Time, guys.
I think that you forget. I think we seem to forget one thing, and we've been dogging this team before the season got started, but. Look at Brooklyn. Brooklyn has won 12 straight games.
They turned it around.
They found a way to turn the super team around, and they are now shaping up to be a good threat in the East.
Can we give credit to the head coach? Well, the
Interim?
the interim head coach Jacques Vaughn for turning them around.
Yeah.
12
Not to
and
mention
1.
Not to mention the fact that he pretty much got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving pretty much on the same page.
Don't be surprised if the interim head coach at the Nets gets the full-time head coach job next year.
And also,
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Hey, I'll say this, guys. I'll say this. If Jacques Vaughn became the full-time coach for the Brooklyn Nets, he earned that shit.
Oh, most definitely.
Hold on, fellas. We better let Cody in here because he's about to explode.
Pacers have won 4 straight games ever since we had the sports break.
Yeah, the Pacers have been stepping up, and basically they are just basically on the outside of the bubble with Milwaukee and Cleveland. I haven't seen this good.
And
they got the days of Reggie Miller, you know, when he was cold. That's
old school right there.
Can I say something though, which we all need to consider? And and I still believe the players are getting healthy. They've won 5 straight. They are coming again.
Yes, they are.
They've been inconsistent, but Golden State will always be there.
Here's the shocker. I'm going to give y'all the biggest bombshell tonight. The Pacific Division. All 5 teams are within four games of each other for the top of the Pacific Division. Phoenix and Golden State just half a game behind the leaders of Sacramento and the Clippers. Think about that.
My God.
Let me just say this. If the Pacers beat the 76ers tomorrow, we'll be tied or take the number 5 spot.
The 5 seed, yeah.
Actually, no. Phillies would be still at Philly would still be at 5 because they'll be 22 and 15. You'll be 22 and 17.
Here's the thing. Wait a minute. We just started and we already have chaos. Jesus.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna talk more. We're gonna talk more about chaos later on.
There's only one tie in the Western Conference: the Nuggets and the fucking Grizzlies.
The Northwest Division, the Nuggets,
and are you overlooking the Pelicans?
Here's the thing, though. You say the Nuggets and the Grizzlies are heavy favorites, but the Pelicans are coming into play too because they're half a game behind Memphis in the Southwest Division.
My God!
And
look who is leading, man.
Hold on, because this just it. Zion Williamson is going to be out with a poor hamstring. He's going to be out for about 3 weeks.
Damn.
Those hard courts are hard.
You're not wrong there. Hopefully Zion will good recovery and hopefully we'll get back in the fight, you know.
I'll say this though. 3 weeks, you say? That's not going to be much of an issue because within those 3 weeks, you can best bet that mutant Zion Williamson is going to be riding that ship again.
Oh, no question.
Yeah, it's safe to say if we take a look at the playoff seedings right now, it's safe to say this is going to be a season that a lot of people is going to be talking about for a while now with how crazy that both the Eastern and Western Conference has been showing. Not even before the All-Star break. Okay.
And speaking of the All-Star break, we're counting down the days to that.
Yeah, All-Star break is coming up soon. We're going to switch down the sports here because we got some college basketball going on as we
we do.
Coming up tonight over in Kentucky. In Kentucky, the Wildcats take on my 12-1 Tigers. Tip-off is just about to happen.
Great! I know that someone in the call later on after this, probably in the chill call we do, is going to be pissed off. Joy! I get some Mickey takeout to someone tonight.
Yeah. Also, going on as we speak, over in the ACC, Boston College is taking the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. So far, the Irish are leading the Eagles 41-34 just in the start of the second half.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, we got the third-ranked Kansas Jayhawks for the defending champions taking on against the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
The Red Raiders playing host to the reigning champion Jayhawks later on tonight over on ESPN2. Also tonight, the 7th-ranked Crimson Tide of Alabama will be doing SEC play against the Rebels of Ole Miss later on tonight.
Let's not forget Alabama's the 7th-ranked.
Yeah, 7th-ranked team. Also,
gentlemen, going on right now over in Knoxville, we got Mississippi State and Tennessee. They're doing bad. The game is at halftime. The game's not even close. Tennessee has to lead 46-22.
Yeah, the Volunteers
stepping up. we had a lot of great games going on tonight and coming up as well. We got Kansas State going down to Arlington to take on the Longhorns of Texas, hoping to pull off an upset and knock out ranked number 6.
Yeah, coming up at 9 at the Big Ten Network, the 14th ranked Wisconsin Badgers taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
Oh, those two have a history. Those two have a history.
We don't know that's going to be a bloodbath.
Hold on, gentlemen, because let's not forget, speaking of the Big Ten, let's not forget, that was a huge upset last night. Rutgers beat Purdue.
Yeah, Rutgers. Rutgers.
How about my home state, guys?
Down goes the Boilermakers.
Wow.
Rutgers University takes down the number-ranked team in the nation, 65-64, in the most clutch way you could say possible. Safe to say the top 25 just got shook into its core.
I'm telling you,
down goes the Titans. Down goes the Titans.
If you see yourself losing to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, you gotta be embarrassed.
Yeah, that's my home state, guys.
Man.
I don't have enough purpose to play for this.
If I say, get Elmo, it's time to embrace the chaos because.
Indeed. And we're going to stay on the courts here because it's not just the men who's been hitting up the courts, it's been the ladies as well. Play the game as well. We got a game going on as we speak. Halftime over on ESPN. The Baylor Bears going down to Oklahoma country to take on the Lady Sooners. It is a 4-point game heading into halftime. Baylor leading 34-30. Woo. And we already got a final. Up in Ann Arbor. Michigan takes down the Lady Lions of Penn State, 82-72.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right now UConn is just dominating over Butler in the Big East.
28-27. And let's not forget, UConn is the 5 rank, so that's expected.
Yeah. As we take a look at the top 25 as we speak, South Carolina, the Lady Gamecocks still hold the number 1 spot, but Stanford is right behind them, even though they only got 1 loss to their season. They are holding on to the number 2 spot.
Mm-hmm.
And the Buckeyes take number 3. The Lady Irish take number 4. Of course, the Huskies take number 5. The Hoosiers take number 6. My Lady Tigers are taking the number 7 slot. The Utes take number 8. Tech take number 9. The Wolfpack of North Carolina State takes number 10.
Man, wow. I tell you what, it's great. We're seeing so much action, both in the men and the women. Seeing so much upsets. What a time to be a sports fan.
Unfortunately, I'm going to make this little bonus trip for Hick here. I'm going to go across the pond because, well, let's just say things have gone downhill for a certain club over in the Premier League.
Let me take this. So for anyone who wants to listen to the Premier League, I am fucking gloating right now, and I am fully gloating. So let me really go.
This one's yours, my man. This one's all yours.
For the next 5-10 minutes, I'm going to be a bitch here, okay?
Go for it.
Go ahead.
So we've come off the World Cup break, as everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone knows we've come off the World Cup break. Congratulations to Argentina.
Indeed.
Off the World Cup break.
You should have fucking lost.
This is how things have gone recently off the World Cup break. Okay.
Mhm.
We have seen Arsenal. They just drew tonight against Newcastle. Newcastle continuing their form off the World Cup break. Newcastle's drawn their last 2. Arsenal draw tonight. Arsenal maintain an 8-point lead over Manchester City. City have a game in hand.
Yes, indeed. And with Newcastle just 9 points with 1 point right behind Man City and 9 points behind Arsenal on the table.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest here. Newcastle, to me, they're surprised, but considering who's coaching them, hey, it's impressive.
Eddie Howe's manager of the year.
Guys, I got an emergency.
Most definitely, and of course, you got to be you got to be impressed as well here. Manchester United.
Let Carter go.
Yeah, I was about to say. Thank you for joining us tonight, Louis. Louis just left. He had an emergency, so he just left. Thank
as
Louis
always,
for joining us
we're going
this
to give
evening.
Louis some love
Thank
here.
you.
Go check out his podcast, the Enhanced Sports Podcast, every Saturday up to 5 Eastern, wherever podcasts you find available. Give him a call, 512-543-6442.
Let me check real
I think
quick.
I got it.
I think you got it.
Yeah. Go check out his
466.
podcast every Saturday up to 5 Eastern. Give him I just said the number. A little bit of a heads up warning. Please keep your comments a little on the past the PG side, because he does like to keep his family friendly, unlike us. Please.
Okay, go ahead.
We never.
Go ahead.
We have no protection.
Okay, so Newcastle won the first game back, drawn the last two, okay?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's them on 35. My team, Manchester United, have won 4 straight. We won before the end of the World Cup break, and then we've won 3 straight games. Very pleased. We've gone from 6 all the way to we've gone from 6th to 4th now, with a game in hand against Spurs, by the way, because Spurs play tomorrow against Crystal Palace. God, I'd love them to lose that game. Liverpool, Jacob Baker, my friend.
Yeah, we've been having a rough time since the World Cup break.
I mean, the only reason you beat Leicester is because they scored goals on themselves. And then Jacob, Brentford yesterday, my friend.
Consistency has not been our helper. For Liverpool. I'll say that much.
Meanwhile, some of the surprise teams of the season: Brentford, Brighton, Fulham in 7th. Great season they're having, because they've just come up from the Championship, the league below the Premier League this season.
Yeah.
They're having a tremendous season. Brighton are a good team, even though they had a coaching change through the season. Still a good team. They smashed Everton tonight. Brentford, we just made mention of them. Jacob knows why. After yesterday. And then the real big 6 disappointments of the season, and this brings me all the joy. The collapsed force that is Chelsea FC.
Yep. Oh. Yep, and I know right about now a certain man in San Diego is crying.
And all I can say is fucking. Long may it continue.
Wait. Hold on. Are you guys talking about baseball?
No. Premier League, British soccer.
Premier League. We're doing
Okay, because after you're done, I got some news from the Diamond.
Okay.
We can go to games upcoming this week, because this weekend is taken up by the FA Cup. We've got this week in the fixtures, if I'm allowed to say it.
Yep.
So it's just had today's Wednesday, so we've got 2 more fixtures left this week.
Yep.
Got a few more fixtures left this week, okay? We've got 4 games today. Those 4 games are the following. We have Southampton Forest, which is a relegation 6-pointer, as the term goes. Both teams are near the bottom of the table. They both need a win. Same with Leeds versus West Ham. We've got 2 key games around the relegation fight. Those 2 games. Aston Villa Wolves is a local derby. Wolves need a win to avoid relegation. Villa more mid-table. And then the big game is Crystal Palace Tottenham. Which
definitely, that's your top 10 fight. That's your top 10 fight right there to round out.
Palace are high mid-table. Palace are high mid-table. Tottenham is trying to get in the top 4 for Champions League, European football. And then the big game on Thursday is Chelsea versus Manchester City.
If Man City can win this, they'll be within striking distance of Arsenal, and give Chelsea more headaches than they need to be.
I think if Arsenal win it, I think if Man City win it, Chelsea's top 4 race is done. End of story. But with definitely. That's my roundup of the Premier League. So if you want, you can go to the soccer.
But let's go down to the Diamond, and we do have some big news during the offseason. Jose, what do you got?
The Yankees have hired former Giants GM Brian Saban as executive advisor in return to his first team.
Wow, that's a big move there from Pinstripes.
Wait a minute. This was 6 hours ago, by the way.
Yeah, most recent. Now, here's the crazy thing. If you know that guy, Sieben. What he did with the Giants is nothing more than extraordinary.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
He's been consistent.
That is true. He was a scout at an organization in 1985, director of scouting in 1990, before another promotion moved him to vice president of the player development and scouting from 1990 to 1992. That is after he took a job with the Giants, where he would spend the next 30 years as assistant to the general manager and then vice president for scouting player personnel, then senior vice president of player personnel before taking over as a general manager in 1996.
Mm-hmm.
I am very happy with the hire.
Now,
Definitely.
all right,
And
now,
here's the crazy part with this. What he did with San Francisco. 8 postseason reports, 5 NL West titles, 4 National League pennants, 3 World Series titles.
That's a good resume if I do say so myself.
Here's the thing. He may be a heavy hitter, but the question is, how will the Yankees use him? Are they going to use him, or are they just going to wait into the wayside?
There. Will they play to his strengths, or will they try something different with him?
If you know
here's the thing.
Cashman, and if you know the Steinbrenners, they want him. They want Sabine to use his magic.
Yeah. The evil Empire has got themselves a bit of an ace. Here's the thing. If they played this right, the evil Empire may have an ace up their sleeve. However,
a couple aces
does this come with repercussions for the Yankees?
That is a good question. Does it come with baggage? Because there's always a catch when you ever go for these big management signings.
Mm-hmm. That's very true. Shifting gears, gentlemen. Let's hit the gridiron.
Particularly college football, because a couple nights ago we have had, of course, the college football playoff semifinals. It's safe to say both semifinals, there was a lot of craziness, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
We had 2
my asshole's
barn
clenched.
burners.
Let's head down to the desert for the Fiesta Bowl, the first semifinal to kick off between the Wolverines of Michigan and the Horned Frogs of Texas Christian University. Safe to say that the Horned Frogs lived up to the hype, because they were not going to be denied of going to the big dance.
Yeah. And here's the crazy part about it. Go ahead.
Whoa, hold on. Let me jump in. Because I think that Max Duggan is doing a great job. What a season that he's having. What a season he's having for TCU. And now, for the first time,
it would be a shame.
First time.
It would be a shame if TCU blew it in the finals.
Yeah,
over 80 years waiting.
85 years to be exact. 8.5 decades.
Yeah, I tell you guys what, TCU, they're playing for a national championship for the first time since, like y'all said, 1938. I mean, I'm pretty sure I wasn't here in 1938.
None of us
were.
None of us were.
Carter.
Yeah,
the last time TCU won the national championship, this was just before we got into World War II.
Yeah, this was before Arkansas. This was before Alaska and Hawaii became states. That's the answer. Now, TCU's opponent, by the way, we got to go back to the Peach. And
because there was some controversy during the Peach Bowl that we need to talk about.
I'm guessing it's all the mascots sleeping in the bed while the cheese mascot's there.
Nope, I'm talking about the near targeting call that basically took away the momentum of the Buckeyes.
I'm glad you brought this up. Because I actually come around this and I said it's more like that he got hit between the shoulder pad and the helmet, more like around the neck area where the collision happened. So maybe that's why that wasn't a targeting call. If it was helmet to helmet,
it would have been that close to targeting. But safe to say that call shook the momentum right out of Ohio State's favor and helped Georgia come back and pull off the win and have a chance to repeat as national champions in this coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, I think the national championship game is coming up Monday at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles.
Yep.
And as we're talking about the Georgia Bulldogs, they're 14-0. That's fucking scary.
Undefeated, still perfect. Only had one scare in their season, and yet they are still perfect. And now they are facing a very hungry underdog in the Horned Frogs of TCU.
Absolutely, that's gonna be a great
Here's
game.
my question, though. Here's my question. Not gonna lie, Carter, you hit it right on the head. This is gonna be a barn burner in SoFi.
Yeah.
But here's a big question I'm gonna ask.
Go ahead.
Who's gonna choke first?
Ooh, that's a spicy one. I like that. Who's gonna crack under the pressure in SoFi on Monday? Will the Bulldogs reach?
Because here's the thing.
Go ahead.
For the Horned Frogs, for you, Jacob, who is this?
Yeah, it's been, like you said, it's been 85 years since the Horned Frogs hoisted up the national championship. They got over eight decades of pressure on their backs. Can they pull off the Rocky moment and hoist the national championship?
You know something, guys?
It would be a shame. It would be a shame if the Horned Frogs choked in SoFi. But on the other side of the coin, Georgia has been on a rip and tear. They've been ripping everybody's flesh out of their bones. They're trying to make
a point that they deserve to have a dynasty in the world of college football.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
And,
but here's the thing. When it comes to Georgia and TCU, both teams are going to play their asses off. That's a given. But the question is, who's going to rise to the occasion and who's going to be choking on their food? That's the question I'll have all you figure out come Monday.
Let's go ahead and let's shift to the NFL, fellas. And
it is the final week of the season, and
before we hit the final week, Jacob. Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on.
Hold
on.
One at a time.
Calm down.
Now, I think first of all, that we do have some eliminations to go through, and I just want to say for the record, and I'll make this as quick as possible. I just want to say for the record that somehow, some way, Tom Brady has won the NFC South, and you know what? We all are bitching and moaning and complaining, and you know what's going through Tom Brady's head?
Oh my God! No.
God damn it!
Somehow, that old bastard squeezed a win out of his ass.
But here's the
Carolina.
All Tom Brady had to do is let the Saints be eliminated after they fucking won.
After we beat the 13-2, now 13-3 Eagles, we gave them a whipping in Philadelphia, and yet we're still getting kicked out.
I mean, it's
Elimination Station.
Yeah, that's a lot of people on that.
Here's the thing.
Now here's the thing about the playoff situation. Due to what happened last night, it's kind of questionable at this point.
Yeah,
because
honestly, if they let the Bills just and Bengals have the tie, that means though that
here's the thing. Jim Irsay has. I'm already Goodell. I'm not drunk today. I'm just like half fucking tired.
Well, let me just say this real quick, because I think that we saw a lot of necrophilia challenges over the weekend in the NFL.
It was disgusting.
Vikings.
My gosh. And like I said, Jeffrey Dahmer decided to go on tour.
Let me go on that.
Go for it.
Let me go on that. The Vikings are fucking frauds. They are fraudulent bastards, and they are going to be done in the playoffs in round one. I am not kidding you.
Damn.
They
Here's
are
a big
fucking
question.
they're fraudulent. They are fraudulent. I don't know. Who is it they'll be playing? I believe they'll be playing the Giants.
They are facing New York.
At the moment, it'll be the Giants.
No. They're not facing the Giants. No. They're facing
Chicago.
the Bears. They're facing Chicago.
They're facing Chicago.
No. I know they're playing. I'm on about if the playoffs were to enter it, they'd be playing the Giants.
Yeah,
That's what I
they'd be
meant to
facing the 6th seed. Yeah.
Yeah, the Giants would run a muck on them. I'm not even kidding. They're fraudulent. If you can knock them out of their game rhythm, then you can put like we just saw it. How many did friggin' Green Bay put on them? And I thought the Vikings would be up for
I can
that
actually
game.
look this up right now. 41-17.
That's what I mean.
Man,
you thought the Vikings would be up for this game because they're chasing the 1 seed and you know it's a chance to eliminate a rival. Nope, Rodgers just absolutely had a laugh at you. Go ahead, Carter.
You know something here, kid, and you brought up a very good point. The Vikings are inconsistent. That's their problem. They're so inconsistent. They're like a Jekyll and Hyde team. They're dominant one week, and then next week they just
it's like a roller coaster, basically. 1 minute they're riding the highest, the next minute choke.
Now, let me say this real quick because I think Cody is owed some compensation from the Indianapolis Colts because I think they owe you some compensation.
Right to the playoffs.
Hold on, let me say this because I think they owe you some compensation because it's not easy. You know, usually if you get screwed like a $10 whore, you could at least get paid.
You know what? Can I just say this one thing? Matt Ryan, retire. Jim Irsay, sell the fucking team, asshole.
That's the pipe dream.
The Giants pretty much had their way with Indy Sunday.
There is an update on DeMar.
Oh.
The
You're
update
right.
says that DeMar Hamlin's breathing is improving.
Oh, thank God.
Good.
That's good news.
That's the good news. Hopefully we'll.
Now there was. I do want to bring UFC this for just once. There was an incident that happened during New Year's Eve between Dana White and his wife.
I saw that.
Let's leave it alone. Let's leave it.
Yeah,
doesn't want to talk about
let's not say we did. Let's get back to the NFL because, like you said, we had a lot of necrophilia challenges happen this week. Of course, the Browns taking the Commanders to school, 24-10.
I enjoyed that.
You know why? Because they had to put Carson Wentz in.
Because
that was a death
win. By the way, I hope you enjoyed the shower. I saved that for you because I know you felt disgusting cheering for Deshaun Watson.
I did.
I was about to say, get the Oregon Trail because Washington's eliminated.
Yeah, they're gone. The Jaguars they were having some Houston barbecue on Sunday. They roasted and toasted the Texans 31-3.
Yeah, that was a Texas-sized stomping.
Hick is happy with this because with the Browns win and them destroying Mike White and the Jets, the Seahawks have the 7th seed in the NFC.
Oh yeah, we crushed the Jets. I do not want to hear any more. Listen, he's a great cornerback, but I do not want to hear any more arguments about defensive rookie of the year. It is Tyreek Woolen above Sauce Gardner. I do not want to hear any more debate.
Well, here's the thing, and let me say this real quick because, boy, if you're a Jets fan, how do you feel? You was at 7-4 and living a high life, and now you lost 5 straight, and you're going home. No playoffs for you.
Well, there's always next season. Let's see how well we can choke that one out.
Okay, there's some more information. There's more information on DeMar. This is from DeMar's uncle, who says nephew is on a ventilator, but he's improved to 50% oxygen needs after being at 100. He's still sedated, but main focus is recovering to breathe on his own in healing wounds.
That's good news.
Good.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank goodness. Now
the
get back to this.
We got this the final week of the season coming up.
Well, quote unquote, quote unquote ish, because no one knows what's going to happen to the Bills-Bengals game, and no one knows what the fuck's going to happen.
Let's not focus on that right now, Cody.
Let's not focus on that. We'll see that down the road. Let's talk about what's going to be happening this week because, as we stated, this is it, the final week of the season.
Well, hear me out, though, because the Pat McAfee show did put out a good thing. If the Bills and the Bengals don't play this weekend, then what about Kansas City, the Chiefs? If they win their game, they get the number 1 seed.
Well, they are currently holding on to the number 1 seed as we speak. And if they win against the Raiders this Saturday, then basically they will take the number 1 seed and possibly the AFC West.
Yeah. Also, Kansas City already won the AFC West.
Okay, fair.
But they will be the top seed in the AFC playoffs. Also, later on that Saturday, we got Jacksonville and Tennessee. Man, Tennessee is free falling. I haven't seen anyone fall this hard since I saw the last Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner cartoon when Wile E. Coyote fell off a cliff.
Yeah. Wait for it. Black. But yeah, basically, not only this is for the AFC South, but AFC South. This is basically for the AFC South. Whoever wins this game will take the AFC South and the fourth seed going into the playoffs.
Yeah, whoever loses this game is gonna need a whole lot of help.
Most definitely. Also, this is kind of big for LA because they are facing the Broncos this Sunday. They win there, and if the Bengals lose to Baltimore, then that means they're going to need a lot if they want to move up in the rankings. But if Baltimore wins, LA wins, and Buffalo loses to New England, well, actually nothing. Actually, it's kind of locked in stone.
Yeah, but I think LA is pretty much locked in.
The one thing I've been pissed about is the fact the Packers are in Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
Don't agree with that.
I was about to say because I think that the Seahawks are playing before the Lions-Packers game.
Yeah.
And
like the Lions will
Seattle,
still play no matter the Lions. So here's the scenario: if Seattle win, the Lions are out.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: Seattle's on a losing streak, so that's not gonna happen.
Well, hold on. Who's Seattle playing?
Cody,
I'm being serious. Seattle's actually been on. They have been losing a couple of games, so.
Yeah. Whoa. Who is Seattle playing this week?
We're playing the
They're
Rams.
facing the Rams.
Well,
the Baker Mayfield Rams.
Yeah. What's the season for the Rams? Terrible.
Let me say this: the Rams are injured. I actually think Baker's done well, since stepping in over Stafford. He wasn't at fault for that loss, This weekend.
I think we still got a couple minutes up. I do want to put up a Super Bowl prediction. Eagles, I think they could make it to the Super Bowl, but the 49ers are also going to make it to the Super Bowl too. I want to see.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Basically, for San Fran, they need the Giants to take the win, and they need to beat Arizona if they want to take the number 1 seed. But for Philadelphia, all they need to do is beat the Giants, and they will still have the number 1 seed. They just need to win. That's all they can do.
But here's the thing, because Dallas can take the number 1 seed if they beat Washington. Philly loses to the Giants, and San Fran loses.
That's true. They both, Dallas needs Philadelphia and San Fran to lose this Sunday to take the number 1 seed in the NFC, because if every one of those two wins, it's going to be downright impossible.
I'll give you my prediction right now. Philadelphia win because I think the Giants will rest players.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really move
It'll
up.
be smart.
I think the Giants are going to rest most of their starters, so I'm going to go Philadelphia wins. That secures them the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
AFC wise, of course, we're waiting, for what's the news, going to be out of Buffalo versus Chiefs. Buffalo Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think Super Bowl wise, it's going to be Philadelphia versus Buffalo. That's my prediction for Super Bowl.
That could be it.
Now we could get the Bengals Bills game, and it could be on next Monday game.
I highly doubt it because next Monday
that's very doubtful
national...
because of what's been going on. So don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, that's what I said. Now, before we do close out, I know that Jose wants to jump in and gloat because there was a firing in Denver.
Wait, before he says something, that's not how he wanted to cook.
No, they cooked all right. They cooked nothing but raw.
They cooked us to a top 5 pick.
No, not only a top 5 pick, but a top 3 pick.
Yeah.
But
Hold on. Let's let
Jose Miguel.
Let's
Jose, take the stage.
Son, it's
Go.
all yours.
Well, I'm just going to put this simply. You should have been fired way earlier in the season, but it took you this long to get fired?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they're doing better without you, so that's a given. If you're getting hired to another team, I hope they lose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously they're going to lose because you're not even qualified to be a coach. Just like Jeff Saturday. Sorry, Hagen.
Damn.
Oh, you sure about that? What about New England? What about the New England coach that can't even tie his own shoes or look at numbers on his watch?
You talking about Bill Belichick or one of his assistants?
Assistants.
Yeah.
Listen. All he needs is a wheelchair and not some shank and a little bell so he can tell the players. That's all it needs to be.
Damn. Can I have one little rant as well towards Jeff Saturday?
Go.
Jeff Saturday,
join me.
Jeff Saturday, weak as shit over the weekend, because he was complaining about the Giants that gave on tributes when he made that hit, which took Nick Fultz out of the game. No, tributes never saw that Fultz was up. You could see clearly, he couldn't see Fultz.
He also complained about the snow angel situation.
That's what he was talking about.
God.
Get over it.
Get over it, man. This ain't the 90s or what are you at the 50s. Get over it. But
I swear, I think Jeff Saturday hold on.
He was actually a pretty good damn role.
Yeah, hold on. I think that honestly, Jeff Saturday is the kind of person that go like, hey y'all leave Timmy alone. Y'all leave him alone. Y'all hit him too hard. Y'all hit him too much. Leave him alone.
Stop. He's already dead.
Well, I'm just here looking at my Colts just destroying in front of my own eyes.
All right. Anyway.
Tell me,
me.
Cody, tell me, how does it feel like to be schooled by a $10 mistress?
Oh, Carter, you can go to hell.
Hold on, gentlemen. Before we turn out the lights, because it's almost time for us to close up shop. But before we do, I just want to say thank everyone for this is our 60th edition of this podcast. I mean,
yes,
I'll be honest with you. It felt special.
Yeah, like I said,
it felt special. I'm telling you that much.
Yeah, that's what I say because I thought 50. Well, I thought we was gonna hit 50 and quit.
No, Carter. We're gonna hit number 60, episode 69, then we'll quit.
Hagen.
No, I don't want to quit. Here's the thing. I don't want to quit. This is so fun. I can rant about this guy all day.
That's the beauty of this thing. We'll keep going until it stops being fun, and we haven't even hit the peak yet.
Yeah, we haven't even hit episode 100 yet.
Oh man.
But
I just want to say to everyone who watches our show or listens to our show, you all are our backbone, so to speak.
You are the craziest bastards we ever met in your life. I will love every one of you.
We are so glad that we are so glad that you listen to this overlapping dumpster fire of a podcast because, oh boy, this has been a whole lot of fun.
There's a couple of motherfuckers just talking sports every single
That's
fucking
the beauty
week.
of it. That is the beauty of it.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it. There's a reason why we are known as The Bar. Because This is what it is. This is a show made by fans, for fans, with the talking, with from nothing but fans.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the beauty of it, okay?
Of course.
We've been enjoying of this shit since day one a couple years ago, okay? And you know what? We're going to keep this trend going until we decide it is done, okay? And we will be here every Tuesday, 8 Eastern.
Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what Carter's doing.
We got back to our regular schedule. I cannot wait to not get any sleep.
But as always,
see you later.
I thank you all so much. We thank
Before we go, I got something to say.
And we always say, and I always say this every time, and I won't stop saying it until I feel like it doesn't need to. Come join us. Be with us. Come join us at the bar. We will be here on Blog Talk Radio every Tuesday or Wednesday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, 7:30. We got a big show.
Yeah.
And if you want to be like Cody, be like Jose, be like Louis, give us a call. We would love to listen to you guys. We always give the number 516-666-9969.
Let's not forget two things.
Tell us how we can make this better.
Counting down.
What's going on with sports and everything. But always, if you want to check out our past episodes, we have the video on demand. We got every episode you want to go check out. It's not only on Blog Talk Radio, but we've got them on iHeartRadio and Spotify. Just hit the search bar and look up the VWU Sports Podcast.
And if I say, Jacob, we're counting down the days to the World Baseball Classic that's coming up.
That's right. That's right. It's the beginning of the new year. We have some roadblocks. We got a lot of big things coming up. We got the World Baseball Classic coming up in March. We're just about to hit the NBA playoffs. Let me fix that. The NFL playoffs, the NBA and NHL is about to hit their second act, and MLB is going hot and crazy in the off season. And college sports is just getting better. Until then, we gotta go. We are out of time.
Now, before we hit that,
Brandon, Carter, and everybody else here on the podcast. We will see you guys next week. We love you all. Welcome to 2023. We gotta go. We'll see you then. Good night.
See you later, boys.
See you later.
Yes!
Time to get drunk later on.